There are these three types of transitions that are mostly used in crypto animated reels.
Bitcoin will soon go to $150,000. Let us explain. Everyone knows there are 21 million Bitcoins.
So here we have our reference video in a separate composition.
Bitcoin will soon go to $150,000. Let us explain.
So let's create this
Bitcoin
scene
will soon
first.
go to
So let's create a new comp. I'll call it main. So let's make a white background first. Just double click over here on rectangle tool. Then change the color of it. Make a solid layer. And our color is kind of off-white. So I'll choose that. I'll call it BG. Now let's create a square. Make sure you press shift with it just to achieve the proper look. I'll give a little darker color for now. I'll show you later on in this video how to achieve this color look. But first,
Bitcoin will
we
soon
need to
go to
create this graph animation.
150,000.
So let's create one. Make sure you center this box like this. Then grab the pen tool, create a line like this. Simple as that. Remove the fill. Then add the stroke. We can make it 5. That will look much better. Grab the rectangle tool. Create a rectangle. Remove the stroke and add a fill with a whiter color. I'll pick this one. Then open this panel. Open rectangle path 1. Then increase the roundness to 67. Just like this. Now make sure this anchor point is at its middle. So I will click over here. I'll just click over here and pick the color just like this. Now let's create this Bitcoin and number counter animation. Grab the ellipse tool, create a circle like this, change the color, make it darker gray like this. Then duplicate the same layer, reduce its size and choose a lighter gray like this one. I'll call it main circle, then secondary circle, just to keep our file organized. Then I already have this image of Bitcoin. So we can just cut out the logo and put it inside this circle. So add key light like this and select this color. Now it will remove the yellow color and we have this B here over here. Now reduce the scale of it and change its position and make sure it's right at the center of the point. So make it 1 and change its rotation a little bit like this. Add fill and give this yellow color like this. Now we have our Bitcoin ready. Now let's create a number counter. So just write a text. I'll add, for now, I'll just write 1 to 3 and change the font, make it regular, reduce the size, just like this. Now I have this third-party plugin which is Mobar, which comes with a free plan and you can also install it. It really saves me a lot of time. Let me show you how easy it is to create a number counter with this. Just click over here. If you cannot see this bar, just go to Windows, Extension and click over here. Now just go to, say, make sure you have selected your text layer, then go to text, click over here on number counter. And counting animation is, now just click on hue, then you will see this number counter keyframes. Now animation will start from 0 and go to 123. Okay, so I'll just click over here. Now I'll just drag my playhead onto this keyframe and write end value 150,000. Press enter and start a value with $41,000. Not dollars, just 41,000. Then open the symbol panel. Then find 1000 separator. Then add, choose comma over here. Then prefix, make it dollars. Now we have $150,000 counter. It's that easy and simple. See. Now of course you can adjust the keyframes. Now change the color of text, make it dark green as it is in the reference. Like this. Then we have this little circle dot along with this line. So I'll create one. But first, let's create a null layer and link this entire Bitcoin number counter and this box with the null. So select them all and null them like this. Now just to keep it organized, I'll change their color. Yeah. Now let's create this circle dot. Make sure you press shift with it like this. Change the fill color, make it this green. Link this one as well with the null. Now make sure the null anchor point is at its middle, right over here. Or it would be better if it's on this dot, just like this. Now click on this line. I'll name it graph. Then open graphs panel. Click over here and choose trim paths. Now open this trim path panel. Change the end value to 0 like this. Then add a keyframe over here and second one right here and make it 100. Now you will see this animation. Now open this shape panel, then stroke, then zoom in over here. Now we need to give it a rounded look, which is not, we have corners here. Just open this stroke panel and from butter cap, choose the rounded cap. That's it. Now we can close this panel. Now make sure when this line reaches at this point, the number counter should also be over. Now choose the number counter layer and the graph layer and press U. Now make sure these keyframes are at the same point in timeline, like this. Now click over null and change its position like this. Now open it up, press P and create a position like this. Now we have this. Now we need to give this little curve look over here. So let's select the null layer, grab the pen tool and click over here. Now click over to selection tool and change its position like this. Then grab the pen tool again, click over here with Alt. Now adjust these handles a little bit like this and you will make it a little more curved over here like this. Yeah. Now let's see our animation. Now select these 3 keyframes and change their position a little bit. Grab the pen tool and make a few changes over here. Just like this. Now we have it. So now just select all these 3 keyframes again and change their position totally. Just give a little gap over here like this. Now we have this smooth animation. Now let's create this animation. So now both of these elements just disappear at this point. So let's do that. Now it ends over here at this point. I'll add a marker. Then just open the graph layer. Open the full panel and click on start. I'll place the keyframe over here and change its value to 100 like this. Now we have it. Now let's shrink this one as well. Just click on null, press S on your keyboard, add a keyframe, then place the playhead right on this keyframe. Then change the scale, make it 0, like this. Now let's see. Now select both of these keyframes. Press F9, open the speed graph, and create this graph. just like this. Also, when these elements disappears, this square morphs into a circle. So let's do that as well. Let me show you in the reference. So place your playhead at the beginning, then click on the square layer, then open this panel, go to rectangle, rectangle path 1, then click over here, it will add a keyframe. Then move your playhead at the end of it and increase the roundness until it becomes a circle, like this. So this is what we have. Let's add another null and link this null with this one and the square and the graph and the square as well. Now press S on your keyboard, make a keyframe, get it at the beginning, place it at the beginning of the animation, then move the playhead a little further like this, like this. Then increase the scale to 150 like this. Now place it at the first keyframe and reduce the size to 85. Now let's see our animation. Yeah, you can always adjust the keyframes to get the accurate look. Also, when this disappears, the explain text pop-ups, which is let us explain. So let's write this one. Let us explain. Select all of them, reduce the gap between them, increase the size, select the explain only, then increase the size. Select all of them and from regular to medium. Now place them right at its center where it should be. Then select all of them and increase their size. Then increase the number over here. Then I'll align them on left side just like this. I click over here and press spacebar 2 times just to align it right over each other, or maybe one time. Yeah. Then make sure the anchor point is at its middle like this. Then place the text over here where it should be. Now I'll also link this one with the null 3. Now this should pop at this point. Now let me see the exact animation. Alright. Now open the scale panel and add a keyframe right over here. Then move a playhead a little further like this. And add another scale, make it 0. Then move it further and press T on your keyboard. Add a keyframe, change the value to 0. Then move it a little further. Then make it 100. Let's see our animation now. Like this. Now, it's already looking good, but we can adjust them a little more. Like this, or maybe this. Now let's change their speed graph. I'll select the scale layer, press F9 and create this. See, it's looking much more smooth now.
Bitcoin will soon go to
Now
1.
let's give this look to this box. So for that, create a new comp, call it BG, like this. Then choose the rectangle tool and double tap. It will create a box with the comp size. Add a 4 color gradient effect like this. Now click over here, change the yellow color to lighter green like this one. Copy the color code, not this one, just make it a little more lighter. Copy the color code and paste it in the blue color codes. So click over here, Ctrl V and press OK. Now we need to make them dark green, pink and green. Just like this. And like this. You can always add a keyframe in them, like place it over here and add a keyframe on this one. From this to this. Adjust the keyframes until you get what you want, like this. Now import this BG layer into the main one, place it right over this shape layer, then use the trackman feature like this, and we can see we have this premium look now. I'd like to make this animation more smooth and kind of slow, so like this. Let it be. So this is what we have created yet. So this is what we have created so far. So this is what we have created so far. Now make sure the morphing keyframes are really smooth. So just open the shape layer, select both of them, open the speed graph, then create a peak like this. Now you can see the difference. Alright. Now we can see this is going outside the box. So let's limit it. Now select all these layers of this panel, of course, not this graph, and use the trackman feature and link it with the shape layer. Now you can see they all are hidden. Okay, this one's left. Now you can see they all are hidden now. They will only appear when they are inside the circle or the shape. Alright, see. And you can always enable the motion blur just to add more depth in our scene, like this. But for now, I'll just turn it off. We will enable it later on. So let's move further. So let's create this transition. Alright. Now I'll close the BG composition. Now I've already created a 3D coin over here and you already know how to create it. I showed you in one of my previous episode, so you can check it out. So there is no animation yet because I'll show you how to do that. Now let's add a keyframe on Y rotation and I'll give a gap of 18 frames and add another keyframe over here. Now of the first keyframe, I'll give a value of 180 like this and it will give us a cool animation like this. Alright, then I will select both of these, right click and keyframe velocity, change the influence to 80 each. This one as well, press OK. Now what it will do that it will create a peak over here in your speed graph which gives more smoothness to our animation like this. Now go to the main composition. Once you are done, I'd like my transition to start over here, right over this marker. So I'll select the null 3 and now this entire circle and the text animation is all linked to this null 3. So I'll just click over here, press R over here and add a keyframe on Y. Then move it 18 frames further like this. Then change its value to minus 180 like this. Now you will see this animation. Now select these keyframes, again go to keyframe velocity and we need the same influence of 80 like this. Then import the 3D coin layer into your timeline. Then make sure it starts from your animation and make sure you hide this background in the coin layer. Okay. Now select the null 3, press U, select the keyframes, open the speed graph, then right on its peak, move a playhead, then close the speed graph, trim the composition to its end like this, create a solid layer of completely black color, then trim it like this. You can always make it more smooth. Just open these keyframes like this. I'll extend it by 12 more frames or 15 more frames. So this one is 15 frames ahead. Now I'll open the coin layer as well. Then open the null. Same with this one, 15 frames ahead. Now you can see the rotation. Now I'll extend this one, hide this one for now. Select those layers, open the graph, place it right at its peak. Unhide the layer, then close the speed graph, trim the composition by this point and the solid as well, like this. Now let's see our animation. You can always trim it a little bit more, like this, or let's see our complete animation. Now it looks good. I hope you understand how to create this motion graphic match cut. Now I hope you understand how exactly you can create this transition. And for bonus, now you also know how to create the morph transition as well. Now let's move on to the second part. And here is our reference. This. And we are going to recreate this transition. And first we have this character, which is there is no animation in it. And I also have these crypto coins, which are placed in 3D space. Let me show you like this. And I have a little camera over here. So, and they all are obviously converted to 3D, including this yoga person now. So let's create this animation. Now, first of all, hide all the coins. So let's say I want to add the transition at this point. Now, what I can do, just add a position keyframe on the camera, turn on 2 view option. Now, it really depends on in which direction you want your transition to be in. So for now, I'm going to create in the right direction. So let's move our playhead a little forward and the keyframes like this. Now create animation like this. Now we have this animation. Adjust the keyframes a little bit. Make it like this, a little like this. Yep. Now select both of them, press F9, right click and go to keyframe velocity. Make it 90 here, here as well. Now let's see. Now reduce the gap between them, just like this. Now open this panel, right at its peak. Then we are gonna have to add a cut over here, like this. And another one on the next scene. So this is our scene 1 and this is our scene 2. Now I'm gonna unhide all of them. Now let's see our transition. Now we can just pick them all and change their position a little bit like this. And to add more depth, you can always add depth of field. Just turn it on. Focus distance a little bit. Then increase the blur level like this. Yeah. Now we have it. Now let's see our animation again. And that's it. It's that easy. So let's create our third animation.
In Bitcoin, he did for 3 years.
So here I have two scenes. First is this text. Second is this notification. And it's linked with null. So let's create the animation here. Add a position keyframes. Now I'll start the animation from here. Add the position keyframe, first one here. And by second, let's get it outside the frame. Like this. And we are going to create something like this. The peak must be at the end of it, like this. And the another one should start from here and press P, make it visible like this. Then press P over here. Then do something like this. Then create a speed graph like this. Or make sure you trim all the layers of scene 1. Ooh, okay. Now we have it. Now to make it more realistic, we are gonna have to add the text animation like this one. Yeah. Now I have a preset of it. Now let's speed it up a little bit like this. Or let's just adjust the speed graph a little bit like this. Yeah, now it looks better. Now to add more depth in this scene, what you can do is place elements around it. Like let's add 3D coin over here. Right when the second scene starts, like this. I place this one over here and the second one like this. Now apply camera blur. Now I'll copy the camera lens blur effect and paste it on the second coin, just like this. Now we'll see the difference. Now to add more depth, you can always add animation in them like this. So it will not feel like they were already here. Something like this. Now to make them more realistic, you can add animations like this to the coins. So I will leave the link of this project file in description so you can get it for completely free. Also, do let me know in comments if you find this tutorial helpful or not.